Alright, one sec. Damn it. Okay, come on, you stupid. Alright, hello, what's up, everybody? So, today we are gonna be making a tier list about countries by what are great to live in and which ones are not. Now, the tiers I got starting off with the best countries, and then near perfect, amazing countries, and then very good, then nice, and then okay, and then not good, and then there is very bad, and then worst countries. Alright, now let's just want to see which ones are good. Alright, we're starting off with Herzegovina. Now, well, wow, there are a lot of countries here. Herzegovina. I'll just go, nice. Herzegovina. I guess I'll put in nice. I don't know too much about Herzegovina, but I mean, it has issues. I think it's a communist nation, but I don't know. We'll see. Brazil. It does have, sure, it may have some high crime rate, but I think Brazil's pretty good. Brazil's nice. So it goes in very good. It has Rio de Janeiro. Sure, it does have some really high crime rates, but look at the good sides of Brazil. Like, there are really beautiful parts of Brazil. Cyprus. Okay, I'll put it in very good. Do I want to put it? No. I think I'll put Brazil right there. I think I'm putting Brazil. I think Brazil is a bit better than Cyprus, but yeah, Cyprus is nice. Estonia. It's good. Estonia is good. Estonia, the best one so far. And almost everywhere in Europe, I gotta say this. Everywhere in Europe is almost great. And like, Europe is a continent full of amazing countries. Like, that's what just I have to say about Europe. Okay, now Germany. Near perfect. Germany is great. And again, Europe is just full of great countries, and a lot of European nations are going to be near the top. Israel, okay, I know a lot of people like Israel, but I think Israel is kind of yeah, no, Israel can be dangerous if you think about it. And yeah, so I think Israel is is okay. Kazakhstan. Where do I want to put Kazakhstan? I'll put behind Cyprus, but do I want to put it ahead of? Actually, I think I'll put in amazing. I think Kazakhstan may be communist, but Kazakhstan is actually great. I think Kazakhstan is great, and most of the Stan countries has its issues, but I think Kazakhstan is great. Latvia. I'll put it ahead of Brazil. I think it's good. Lithuania. Okay. I guess I'll put it behind Brazil. But Latvia is still better, and Estonia. Now Luxembourg. Luxembourg going ahead of Germany. Luxembourg is great, and if you richest country in the world, and absolutely beautiful and full of nice people as well. Romania. I'll put Romania at the top of this tier. I think Romania is really nice. I know some people who think it's poor, but if you think about it, if you go to a town where Vlad originated from, like Vlad the Impaler, who was a terrible man, but if you look at his town where he lived in, he was his town was he was a terrible person, but if you see where his castle is, his castle where the town is closest from, her city, is Brasov, and I guess it's a city in Romania, but that city in Romania is absolutely gorgeous in Romania, and I think it's amazing. Netherlands, I'll put it right here, and then you're perfect here. Netherlands, actually no, wait. I'm sorry, that was Luxembourg, that was the Netherlands. Sorry, got it a bit mixed up there. USA. Do I want to put it? ahead of Kazakhstan? No, I'll put ahead of Kazakhstan just because it's democratic. Like, and I'm next door to it. I still think Estonia is a bit better, but I still think America is great. And like, honestly, speaking of America, and speaking of Universal Studios, there was an ad on it just right on the right of it, and like, well, it's the Orlando resort. I actually want to go to the Hollywood one, and also Disneyland in Anaheim, like. Like, I want to go back. Like, I've already been there before, but I want to go back, and I want to see that Mario World in LA at Universal. Like, it looks absolutely like, and I just saw the Mario movie. You know that, and not just in case if some of you haven't seen it already, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was very good, and it is worth seeing. Like, I think you guys should go watch the Mario movie, and I would like to go see that Mario Land in Universal Studios Hollywood, and also that's one and I do think the United States is full of great places, and I would love to go to the state of Utah, Spain. Now we're on Spain. I guess I'll put ahead of the United States. Now my dad lived in Spain, and when he was a child, my dad lived in Spain for 2 years. He said when he was a child, and also he lived in Malaysia for 2 years also. So he said a good chunk of his childhood living outside of North America. Alright, Albania. Okay. I guess Israel's better. Albania, I like Albania. Like, it's not terrible. It's okay. Like, but Albania is poor and stuff like that. It does have poor spots about it. Like, let's just say that. Australia is, even though it may have some dangerous animals, Australia is amazing. Like, an absolutely great country to visit and live in, especially that city Perth, or not Perth, like Perth, or Sydney, Australia. Like, absolutely gorgeous places to visit. And I think this is Austria. Pretty nice. I'm still gonna say Germany is better. Well, not during World War II or whatnot, but I still say Germany's better than Austria. But still, Austria is amazing. And even Austria was actually even part of Germany back in the day. Austria was part of Germany back in the day. But yeah, Austria. Between Germany and Austria, like, if I want to go skiing, I would for sure go Austria. But for tour attractions, or to see more beautiful spots, like, I would to see the beautiful cities out. Honestly, I would for sure go to Germany. I'd love to visit Berlin. Belarus. It's at the bottom of the okay tier. Belarus is communist, and this is the and Belarus is ruled by a dictator, and Belarus, yeah, I mean, it's not great, it's not terrible, but it's just kind of eh. Same with Albania and Israel. And I know a lot of people like think Israel is great, but in my opinion, I just think it's kind of eh. Belgium. Okay, I'll put Belgium right here. I think Estonia is still better, but Belgium is great, and it shares borders with the Netherlands, and also France. I still think Netherlands is better than Belgium. Bulgaria. Now we're going to Bulgaria. Bulgaria. I'll put it right here. I think I'm gonna put Brazil behind of Bulgaria. No, I do think Bulgaria is pretty good. I still think Brazil, Lithuania, Latvia, Romania are still better. Canada, and now Canada is my home country, and I dare I say it is actually absolutely gorgeous. Like, especially Banff city towns or cities like Banff, and I even though I haven't visited Quebec City or Montreal or Ottawa, I'd love to visit those, like those three cities, Ottawa, Quebec City, and Montreal. Like, those cities, like, there are parts of it where it makes you feel like you're in Europe, and it's so gorgeous. And there is actually parts of Banff where it actually feels like you're in Europe, and Banff does have a good tourist attraction. And I have been to Toronto, but I think I like Banff a bit more than Toronto. And I do live in Alberta, and I gotta say, like, I'm not telling you the town I live in. I'm not telling you the town I live in, because that could be kind of dangerous. But yeah, I'm not. You know what? I'll have to say this. Like, Canada is gorgeous, and I think Banff is the most beautiful place yet. And I would like to see Victoria. I'll put it right. Okay. Come on. Put Canada right there. Still think Luxembourg and Australia is better than my home country. I'm sorry, Canada, but I think it's great overall. Colombia. Nah, oh, whoops. Nice. I accidentally put Colombia in the very good tier. I think Colombia is nice, but I don't think, but I don't think Colombia, it definitely doesn't go enough to go into the very good tier. Like definitely can't do that. Croatia. I guess I'll put ahead of Colombia. Croatia is nice too, and yada yada. Just Denmark, and now, no, and now. Oh whoops! Oh whoops! This is the worst countries out. Denmark, yeah, definitely not. You know, Denmark. Denmark is a Nordic country, and now any of the Nordic countries, that is the Nordic countries, that is including Iceland, Norway, and Sweden, Finland, and Denmark. And all of them are gorgeous, and we're starting off with Denmark, and it's very, and it. I do think Denmark is very nice indeed. Okay, so where do I want to put this? I'll put it right here. Denmark, pretty nice overall, and especially the capital of Denmark. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. You call me Dum Dum if you want, but yeah, I still think it's a great city. Now Finland, I think Finland's a bit better. Well, Finland deserves top of near perfect here. Well, so far. Finland is also absolutely gorgeous. What happened to my camera? Oh, it's fine. Okay, now Finland is also absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, any of the Nordic countries are amazing to visit or live in, or just anywhere in Europe is amazing to live in. France. Let's see where France goes. Oh, excuse me. I burped. Sorry. Do do do. You deserve here. Amazing, top of the amazing countries. France, I think, is amazing. And I've never been to France, but my parents are going to France this summer, and they're not taking me or my brother but my grandparents are coming to babysit us, and honestly I'm kind of disappointed in them for not inviting me to France, because I'd absolutely love to go to France and go to Paris, like, and France is actually the most visited country in the world, and I could see why. Like, a huge tourist attraction, and almost everywhere in Europe is a huge tourist attraction, and Europe is like one of the most beautiful places ever around Earth. Georgia, kind of like that state in the United States, Georgia, but it's right next the one that's this Georgia is in Europe, right next to Turkey and Azerbaijan and Armenia. Where do I want to put this? I guess Cyprus. I'll put it right here. It deserves its spot. Greece, one of the oldest country, probably like the oldest country in Europe, I would say. Like, Greece is pretty old, if you ask me. Actually, hold on, just give me a sec. I'll put Georgia here. Where do I want to put Greece? I'll put it here. I guess I'm gonna say Romania is a bit better than Greece, but I still think Greece. I would love to see the ancient history all around Greece. And now Hungary. Okay, I'll put Hungary. I guess. Actually, yeah. I'll put it right there, right beside Romania. I'll say Romania is actually a bit better than Hungary, but I actually used to think Hungary was better, but the more I thought about it, I thought Romania was had a bit more beautiful places. Iceland, the most peaceful country in the world. It's cold there, but has absolutely gorgeous spots. So yeah, right here. Luxembourg, Australia, Finland, I still think those countries are better, but Iceland, still absolutely incredible country to live in. And it's nice and peaceful, doesn't have enemies, and it actually doesn't have an army like I think Iceland just likes to mind its own business and not get involved in wars. Kind of like Switzerland, like they're like countries such as Iceland and Switzerland are neutral and just don't like to get involved in wars, don't like to get involved in arguments with other countries or governments. I don't know if that's Ireland or Ivory Coast. Hold on. Give me a sec. Ireland and Ivory Coast flag. Let's see the differences. Okay, so let's see. So we got green first and then orange or yellow. So on the Ivory Coast, so I think it has the yellow first, and then the green on the Ivory Coast. So I think on Ireland has the green, then the yellow. So yeah, I think that's Ireland. Alright, now we're moving on to India. So okay, where do I want to put India? I guess Colombia. I actually, I'll put it right here. India. It deserves its spot. I'll put India right there. And yeah, there is poor parts about it and dangerous parts, and there's diseases going around India. But you have to see the good spots about India and see the great history in India. Okay, Indonesia. I think that's Indonesia. Okay, yeah, I think that's Indonesia. Okay, now Indonesia. I'll put it right there. Actually, I'll put it right there. Indonesia. Brazil still better than Indonesia, but I think Indonesia still pretty good overall. There's sure maybe spots like Highland, Papua, or any of the states in Indonesia that's close to Papua New Guinea. Like those spots are pretty poor and bad to live in. Like, and also Papua New Guinea is like poor in general. But yeah, Indonesia it could have absolutely beautiful beaches and have great food. And yeah, Indonesia I think is pretty good. Ireland. Where do I want to put Ireland? Well, I'll put Ireland over here. Ireland is nice. Bottom of the near perfect tier, but still I think Ireland's amazing. Really good overall. Italy. Oh, whoops. God damn it. Oh, come on. Okay, where do I want to put Italy? I guess I'll put Italy beside France. France still I think a bit better, but still I think it's amazing overall. Italy, especially Rome, and you can see like gold sometimes around Italy, and shares borders with Vatican City, which is the smallest country and also least populous country. Japan, Tokyo, I think a really high population, but Japan, it's the country where Nintendo originates from. And yeah. Where do I want to put Japan? Okay, where do I want to put Japan? I guess I'll put Japan beside Germany and Austria. I think it's Japan better than Austria, but not quite as better as but not quite better as Germany than Germany. I meant Japan's still great. Like where Nintendo originates from, and yeah, and there's still Tokyo, and especially like whatever that place is, like Kyoto, whatever that one is, but still absolutely amazing place overall, and it's actually one of the safest countries in the world. And yeah, it's a really good country overall. Or actually, what do I want to do with Kazakhstan? I'll leave Kazakhstan where it is. Kazakhstan's good where it is. Kosovo? Where do I want to put Kosovo? I'll put it ahead of Albania, Israel, and Belarus. But where do I want to put it? I guess I'll put Kosovo right here. a lot of people say Kosovo is can have poor spots, but I think I could be wrong about this, but I think Albania is more poor than Kosovo. I don't know, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, I think Albania is more poor than Kosovo. Now, Liechtenstein shares borders with Switzerland, and where do I want to put Liechtenstein? Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. I want to put ahead of France. I'll put ahead of France, actually. Liechtenstein is actually a really beautiful place to visit. I'd love to go to Liechtenstein. It has some really beautiful mountains and look and it has castle looking places. Moldova, I think it's Moldova. Now Moldova, where do I want to put Moldova? I guess I'll put Moldova right here. Montenegro, over here, bottom of the nice tier. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know what to say about Montenegro. I'll just say that there's a spot. New Zealand, now honestly, I'm gonna have to put New Zealand. I'll put it behind France. I'll put it behind Italy, but not France. I still think France and Liechtenstein are better than New Zealand, but yeah, New Zealand has some beautiful places. Don't think it's I don't think. Okay, but honestly, I don't think New Zealand comes anywhere to being as good as Australia. I think Australia is like infinitely times better than New Zealand. I'm gonna be honest. Now, North Macedonia. Where do I want to put North Macedonia? I guess Montenegro. I guess I'll put Montenegro ahead of North Macedonia. Norway. Okay, let's see where I put Norway. I guess I'll put Norway in front of Austria and Ireland. Yeah. Also, honestly, I think it's the worst country in the Nordiques. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, people who live in Norway, but I know a lot of people consider it the best Nordic country, maybe the best in the whole on all of Earth. But I have different opinions, and it's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. Now, Poland. Now, where does Poland go? Poland. I'll put Poland right here. I honestly think Poland is amazingly great country. Not as good as Liechtenstein. I think it's second in the amazing country tier. And I'd love to go to Poland. I think it's gorgeous in Poland. Alright, but let's just move on. Portugal. Where do I put Portugal? I guess I'll put Portugal where it is. I think it's better than Spain, honestly, but I still think Spain's great. I just think Portugal's better. I think it has more beautiful spots, and I do honestly think, and it's a safer country actually. It is actually, and it has actually ranked safer than Spain. Maybe that's why I think it's better. Russia. Now this is the worst one yet. I'm gonna put just because due to the Ukraine war, I just think it's I still think the leader of Russia, Putin, is just completely isolating it, kind of like what North Korea is doing. I feel like Russia's sort of like a jail right now. So yeah, Russia kind of a thumbs down up right now at the moment. Singapore. All right, where do I want to put Singapore? I'll put Singapore at the top, ahead of Liechtenstein. Singapore, pretty good overall. I don't think it's better than Japan, honestly, but I think it's really good Asian country to live in. Slovakia. Let's see where I put Slovakia. Do I want to put it here? I'll put Slovakia right in here, where Colombia or Georgia is in India. Oh, I got burp. Sorry. Hold on, give me 1 sec, Brendan. I got. Sorry about that. Sorry for going away. You just need to do something. Right? Just had a bit of troubles there for a moment. No, Slovenia. Is it better than Slovakia? To answer that, yes. But where do I want to put it? I guess I'll put it ahead of Romania. Ahead of Romania. A bit better. No, actually, Slovenia. What do I want to put it ahead of Kazakhstan? Okay, no, I guess I'll put it ahead of Kazakhstan just because I think it's democratic and it's safer and just right now Kazakhstan's still amazing, but I still think but it's still communist, and communist nations are honestly harder to live in than democratic. South Korea is pretty darn nice. South Korea going beside New Zealand. They're not a really nice country overall, and love to go to Seoul, Korea. And also South Korea is crazy over pop music and mukbangs and stuff like that. And now Sweden. Honestly, Sweden deserves the top. I think, in my opinion, Sweden deserves the top of near perfect. I think Sweden, the best one so far, and it is amazing. And like it is like fringe top tier. Like really great country overall. Switzerland, okay, I'm gonna say this. This is the best country ever around Earth. It deserves top. Like I'd love to go to Zurich, Bern, or go to see the mountains and see the villages in all over Switzerland and the mountains. Like absolutely gorgeous place. So, and I especially love to go to Bern, Switzerland, the nation's capital. It is absolutely gorgeous there. Come on, I'm definitely saying this. It was absolutely the almost perfect country in the world. Well, almost. Well, not every country is perfect, but Switzerland is honestly pretty close. Well, in my opinion, but not every country is. But no country is perfect. Let's just say that. No country is perfect. But Czech Republic. I'm sorry, I'm putting it at the top, bottom of the near perfect here. But still, Czech Republic is still gorgeous. Has insanely gorgeous places to visit. And yeah, you can't deny it. It's absolutely beautiful there. And I still think Austria is a bit better sharing borders with, and it used to be called Czechoslovakia, but then I think it's separated. But then, so yeah, I think Czech Republic is far better than Slovakia, to be honest. Taiwan. let's see where I want to put Taiwan. I'm tired. I'm a bit tired this morning. I guess I'll put it ahead of Brazil. Taiwan, it deserves its spot. Really nice. It's small but pretty nice overall. And I sure hope it stays great. And I hope China doesn't. I sure hope China doesn't invade it. I sure hope it stays in peace. And the countries that are terrible right now, pray for those countries. Hopefully it will get better for those countries, and hopefully it will get richer. And the countries that are war territories, and hopefully the war will stop there and will get richer for those countries. Now the UK. Okay, now where do I want to put the UK? I'll put it in the amazing tier. But now, where in the amazing tier? I'll put the UK right there. Honestly, I know a lot of people consider UK way better than France, but I think France is better than the UK. I'm not gonna lie. I think France is far better than the UK. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just think Paris is way better, and it just has a bigger tourist attraction. I think and France is warmer, and I just think it's far more beautiful than the UK. Ukraine, I'm sorry, but I think Ukraine is pretty bad at the moment, just because of the war in Ukraine. At least eastern Ukraine, where the Russians are bombing that eastern part of Ukraine, and even the capital of Kiev. I mean, the Russian soldiers aren't getting anywhere to Kiev, Ukraine, but missiles are getting shot far enough that they are hitting Kiev, and yeah, and there is bombing going everywhere down the east part of Ukraine and Kiev. So yeah, and extremely dangerous now at the moment, and definitely don't want to go there at the moment because with the war going on there, and also we pray for Ukraine. Hopefully it will get better. Hopefully it will get better for this country, and the war needs to stop in Ukraine. So yeah, we need to stand with Ukraine, and we gotta stop the war in Ukraine. And by not, let's just move on to Mexico. Now, I was actually just there a few months ago for vacation. I went to Cancun. Now, there are dangerous places in Mexico, such as example of let's just say Tijuana. Tijuana is dangerous, but it can still be nice. Do I want to put it ahead of India? I'll put it ahead of India. And I think Mexico is pretty darn nice. Actually, I want to put Slovakia a bit higher. Actually, I'll put Slovakia right here. Okay, now Mexico is great. Like Mexico City is dangerous, but if you want to eat the best food ever on the world, they say go to Mexico City. And also, Mexico City, probably the most populated city in all of North America. That probably. North Korea, bad. North Korea is terrible. Straight up isolated. And ruled by, and has huge dictatorship. And it will remain a prison, and it's also poor there. And very strict, and highly strict rules there, and there's no internet there, and you're not allowed to watch TV, no video games at all, and it's a country full, and it's a country that is terrible. And it's also can be pretty darn dangerous there, if you ask me. Now China, also I don't know if it's ruled by a dictator or not, but where do I want to put China? Do I want to put it ahead of... I'll put it beside India. I think India is better, but... just because it's like democratic and United States and Canada have been having arguments with China, and you need to have, and if I go to China right now, I need to have permission to go to China. And let's just say that. And China's still great to go to. Like, if you go to Shanghai, like, Shanghai's amazing to go to. But if you do something that the government doesn't like, you can get in a lot of trouble. Same thing with North Korea, except North Korea is probably way more strict than North. Like, I mean, I guess the North Korean government will probably let you in, but they probably won't let you out. And but I mean, you can leave China if you want, but you would have to make a deal with the government and tell them how long you're staying and when you leave. Like, that's what I'm saying. Although China is still pretty good overall. Like, let's just say that. Alright. I guess what we'll do for the video. Now, the ones in the best country tier was Switzerland. Just Switzerland. A great country. Now, the ones in your perfect tier was Sweden, Finland, Australia, Luxembourg, Iceland, Canada, Netherlands, Denmark, Germany, Japan, Austria, Norway, Ivory Coast, Czech Republic, now amazing countries, Singapore, Liechtenstein, Poland, France, New Zealand, South Korea, Italy, Portugal, Estonia, Belgium, UK, Spain, United States, Slovenia, Kazakhstan, then very good tier, countries are on the very good tier, Romania, Hungary, Greece, Latvia, Lithuania, Taiwan, Brazil, Indonesia, Bulgaria, Slovakia, Cyprus, and then in the nice tiers, Croatia, Colombia, Georgia, Mexico, India, China, and then Kosovo, Moldova, Herzegovina, then Montenegro, North Macedonia, then the ones in the OK tier, Israel, Albania, Belarus, and then the ones in the good tier was only Russia, and then only one in very bad tier was Ukraine, and then the worst country, the only one that was in the worst countries tier was North Korea. Now, technically, if like Central African Republic is on here, I honestly think Central African Republic is the worst country in the world. I know people will probably say Somalia or Afghanistan's worse, but I just think it's like probably like the poorest country in the world, and it's terrible there, and I do think there's some war spot, and there is a war territory, and I do think it's a war territory, kind of like South Sudan. But yeah, but since Central African Republic wasn't on there, I have to go with North Korea. I guess I have to go with North Korea, the worst worst country on this tier list. Alright, that will do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And now, without further ado, now make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. And now we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.